I just arrived at the factory, the massage chair factory here in China. We're a few hours outside of Shanghai. It's enormous. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's beautiful. When I go inside, I'll get more video footage. Okay, we're in the lunchroom of the factory, and lunch is provided every day for the staff. And the food is authentic Chinese food, and it was delicious. Absolutely delicious. This is the remnants of the meal that we just had here. This is the food that they eat here for the staff that I just showed you in the lunchroom. And I got to tell you, I've never eaten a fish like that before, or even that was presented that way, but holy cow, was it delicious. Once all the bones were picked out, I've never tasted anything quite so scrumptious. But this is what they eat for lunch here. It's unbelievable food, and it's all provided for the employees. This is the back of the factory. This is the docking area where all the shipments are taken out to go to whatever their destination is. You can see the depth of the factory back here and the length of it. It's really something. This building is the same building where we had the lunch, and you'll see above there condos. These are condos paid for by the factory for the employees, and they live here. The utilities, all the electrical, all their meals are taken care of here, and they just work right across the street from the factory, which is where all the chairs are made and shipped out from and warehoused. This is the other side of the factory, and you can see how huge it is. It just goes on and on. It's just an impressive sight, and very modern. I mean, the facilities are clean and well manicured and just beautiful, and just spacious, just an absolutely gorgeous facility. And you'll recognize the water fountain there from our first video footage of being here. There you go. And there's a couple of, you can see the tree off to the left, the big green tree off to the left. That tree is 150 years old. It's a Japanese tree that they bought. There's two of them at the front entrance. 150-year-old trees purchased to inaugurate the opening of the new factory, which is open in July of this year. I was just told that the town that these factories are built in, the town is an ancient town. It's 4,000 years old, 4,000 to 5,000 years old. And it's incomprehensible for someone from North America, where the oldest things we have there are, at least in the United States, are a few hundred years old. This is very ancient. Of course, this facility is the ultimate contrast to that. Built in July of 2017. Here's a display showing many of their chairs, and you can see one, two, three, four. The fifth one is the old Iyashi design, which has since been discontinued by by Infinity. But look at that gold one. Is that cool or what? That is a gold chair. That's just incredible. I've never seen anything so beautiful and striking. All the parts are inventoried in this part of the warehouse. And there's an electronic forklift that's coming right now. You can see the yellow. It goes and picks up the parts, all automated, and puts the parts on these rollers, and then the rollers facilitate the moving of the parts to here, where they come here. Oh yeah, there's the parts right there. And then they are brought here, and all these parts are then brought into this part of the warehouse where the assembly begins. It's just awe-inspiring to see the size and breadth of this operation. So the raw materials come from there where we just were with the electronic or automated parts retrieval system, and they're brought here to these workbenches that they call work spots, and this is where the raw materials are now fitted and put together as part of the assembly of each of the different components of the chair. And you can see how far down the factory lines, or down the factory these lines go, and it's just absolutely amazing. Just amazing. And this is where it begins. So this is where the parts are, they start to build the parts, like the rollers and the motors and the panels of the chair, and everything is done here, all the individual parts. Here are the speaker side panels, and this one is the rose gold color that we saw in that cool display chair earlier. So here they're taking the airbags and they're attaching them to the foot and calf massage mechanism, and the hoses are here, the airbags are there, and the actual aesthetic housing is there. And that's put all together and then matched up with the roller system that we showed earlier, the foot roller.
Get you more idea about the...
These are the armrests assembled for a particular model, and you can see hose junctions. You can see airbags being added. Hold on, where are the airbags? Just a minute. Well, maybe they're not added at this juncture, but these are the side arm airbags. Armrests. Sorry, not airbags, but the armrests that house the airbags. Here are the panels to the various frames of the chairs, and these look familiar. This looks familiar. This was part of the old Iyashi, which is still being used as part of their new line of upgrades from the Iyashi, like the Presidential and the Imperial. And you see the side panels look exactly the same. This is them in their raw form. You can see that he's adding the synthetic leather manually for this armrest. This is not an automated procedure. This is glued and stuck on manually to make sure it gets done right. Every component is done like that on the armrest. That's pretty amazing. Wow. Okay, up there is a little winch system to hold the actual metal frame of the chair. They're very heavy. They used to be carried manually. Now they have this winch system. And then upstairs we saw the actual plastic housing for the rollers that were being having padding glued to and whatnot, and the upholstery attached to these will be attached to these. Those parts will be attached to these frames to create the backrest. These attached roller mechanisms are tested on the frame, and once they're tested, they're brought over here and reattached to the winch system and lifted up there so they can be brought over to the other line and be assembled with the frame of the chair. These are the metal frames on the base of the chair, and then the power box is attached to the frame here, and this is where the electronic guts of the chair are found, and then they are attached to that frame with the roller mechanism that we showed earlier. So now, and see, you can see the winch system there. So they came from over there, which is the end of the roller system, the end of the completion of the roller mechanism attached to the frame, and they're lifted up on a winch, and they're brought over here and brought down here, so they're attached to the base and the power source of the chair. Very cool. So additional components are added to the base of the chair once the frame and the roller mechanism is attached. More components attached. They keep adding little things to the frame and to the base to prepare the frame, or to prepare the chair to receive the frame. And you can see here, the base of the chair is added, the back of the top of the power base is added, or the cover over the power base added, and then it moves on down here to receive more and more of the frame, more and more of the finished covering and paneling. It looks like here they're attaching the back pad with the airbags for the hips, for the waist. And more and more is continually added to the frame of the chair. And you can see down there, you're getting closer and closer to the finished product. Just a minute, where is that? Oh, there it is. That fella down there is spinning it around on that base. You can see it's looking more and more like a chair. So here he's adding the base to the frame. I mean, sorry, the paneling to the base at the bottom of the frame of the chair. And then here they're adding the armrests. And it looks like the shoulder panels as well have been added with the speakers. Oops, I should zoom out a little bit. There, you can see it all added in now. Here you see they're adding finishing touches to the actual paneling and covering of the chair. Adding little pieces here and there to complete the aesthetics of the chair. Here you see the label for the Infinity chair being added on. I'm sure my friends at Infinity are going to be tickled pink that I actually came the day they were working on some Infinity chairs. See that? All right, Infinity. Here they're adding the foot and calf massage. I call it the ottoman, but they're adding this mechanism to the chair. So now we've got, it's virtually a completed chair by now on these lovely new Infinity chairs. And man, that's a good looking chair, isn't it? Very nice. Very nice. Oh, and there's the Infinity label again. Right there. Yeah, I'm proud to be able to sell these Infinity chairs, knowing the quality of the workmanship and the assembly. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so this is important to know that when the chair is finally assembled, which we showed you over there, the chair has been assembled, then it is put into a quiet room where all the functions are tested. The sound is tested to make sure there's no squeaking or grinding, anything abnormal. Every chair is tested, fully assembled. After the chair has been fully assembled and tested, and I remind you, every chair that comes out of this factory has been tested for all of its functions and all of it, and the sound. So if the chair leaves this factory, it was working perfectly when it left here. Now, what can happen is when the chair gets shipped, something could be banged up and something dislodged or whatever, or malfunction. But when the chair leaves here, it is working. And then they go over here. When they go over there, you can see over there, they're taking the armrest off now. So the chair has been fully assembled as it is here, but then it is taken apart over there for packaging. And so, and we'll go over there in a moment and see how they package it up in the box. So here they're taking off the footrest and the armrests. They're disassembling the chair. They're putting it into the footrest and armrest boxes. The big square one is the footrest, the rectangular one is the armrest. And then they are shipped off to inventory. They go back up this little elevator shaft, and then they're put back into the warehouse for inventorying. So the very warehouse where the raw materials were housed that I showed you earlier, now it's replenished with the actual finished product. And there it goes in there. Now they lift that up. It goes up to the top of this little conveyor, this little elevator, and then it comes out at the top. And we should see it come out in just a moment. There it is. And then it's sent off to the warehouse, which is on the other side of this wall. Once the armrest and the leg rest, the ottoman are taken off, it comes here and it's packaged with foam packing material to protect the chair in shipping. And it comes here to this place where it's put in the box. And they have 3 to 4 guys doing it. And it does my soul good to see that 3 or 4 guys struggle putting the chair together putting it in the box as I have struggled with return chairs, putting it back in the box on my own. So this is the main chair body is put in this box, and it is put over here. The finished product after it's been taped and packaged, and then it goes along that conveyor belt, and it goes over here, and it's elevated just like the ottoman and the armrests were, and it's put up there where it's then moved over to the warehouse for inventory and prepare for shipment. See, so that chair is going in there, the main body, just like the armrests and the leg rests did over there. It's going up, and then it comes up through that elevator system, and we should see it come out at the top. Any moment now. There, you can see it now coming right through. Well, it's a little hard in the light, I guess, but out comes the box. And it goes, oh, there you can see it now. See it coming through? And that chair is now ready for warehousing and shipping to its ultimate destination, which in this case is Infinity in New Hampshire. This is just unbelievably amazing to witness this whole experience. I'm just blown away by it all. You know what? I don't know. This is one of the most exciting things I've ever been able to see or be a part of. It's wonderful. And here is the final resting place of these chairs before they're shipped out. These are all the components. Down there are all the chairs. And this goes all the way around the other side over there. And it goes all the way around. It's just inventory galore.